Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Jody. I'm back for Wendy's Crafting Friends, and I'm here to say I have 3 more days until I'll be in the Keys. So it's Wednesday, and I'm off work tomorrow and on Friday, and I'm super excited. I got packing to do, cleaning to do, just all kinds of stuff to do. Plus, I want to try to squeeze in a couple more videos. So, after the unboxing of Jesse James beads and trying to figure out a necklace, I was exhausted, y'all. So, but today I decided to go ahead and play around with Jesse James beads using the Tender Blooms mini mix. And I came up with 2 styles of earrings, and then I want to make a bracelet also with it. So I thought that's what we would do together. I have the earrings, one of each earring done. So we're going to make the other one together to kind of cut down that time. And then I want to make a really cute bracelet. And I think that would end up using all of the entire mini mix, but we'll see. So I'm going to turn you guys around and we're going to get started on that. Okay, you can see that we have a few things laid out here. And let me go ahead and push this aside for right now. So we are going to use Tender Blooms from the Jesse James Magical Mystery Bead Box for April, and it's Wildflowers. So we're going to be using that mini mix, and I think we probably could use pretty much the whole thing. So let's start with this earring. So I wanted to use these really cute, like little Lily of the Valley connectors or chandeliers. So here's one earring. And I thought this would be really cute, really pretty. A nice long dangly earring, just something really simple to make, something really cute. So I have everything set aside for it. And what you would need is some of your beads. I'm gonna use some of these little mini drops. 3 head pins, 4 eye pins, and an ear wire. And that's all we need for that. So let's go ahead and make that one real quick. So again, just something really simple, fun, and cute to make. Okay, these sleeves are gonna get on my nerves, I can tell. All right. Okay, so let's start from the bottom here, and let's do our little, we're just doing simple loops on here. Our simple loops are our little white crystal beads. So today is Wednesday, and I had to make it through today, and I seriously never felt so good as I did walking out of work today, just knowing that I'm off for the next couple days, and then we leave bright and early in the morning for the airport to catch our flight to go to, well, we're flying into Fort Lauderdale, and that's where we're renting our car, and then it's about an hour and a half to where we're going to be, where home base is, basically, where we're going to be staying in the Keys. So, but our flight is at 6 a.m. So we're going to get down there probably sometime around lunchtime by the time, everything's said and done. And I'm just so looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that the next couple of days are productive for me, that my weirdness doesn't kick in, and I'm like, oh, well, I got to start in this room, and then I got to go over to this room. And I'm just hoping I can get up tomorrow morning, have my, 1 cup of coffee, and get myself in the shower, get dressed, and get moving, and just get some things accomplished. And I want to get packing early too, because I want to make sure we actually have everything we need. I'm pretty sure we do, but I'm usually good about having extras of, toiletries and stuff like that. And we are checking a bag. So, plus we have our, carry-on and personal item that we can bring on the airplane. So we're going to be good, I'm sure. All right, so these I'm doing simple loops on as well, because we're going to have 3 here to match what we have going on here, and then 1 in between the loop of our chandelier and our ear wire. go. So yeah, just looking forward to it. And we're meeting up with our friends Friday evening for dinner and to exchange our t-shirts that we bought each other, our funny t-shirts that we all have to wear the first day of travel. And yeah, so that's going to be nice. And then we're going to head over to their house like around 3 in the morning and then head over to the airport and get on our plane. I haven't flown in a few years, so it's going to be like new to me again. Like it's been a while since I've flown, but it's all good. I like to fly. I love flying. For me, it beats the heck out of driving super long distances. I don't mind a road trip that is like 7 to 8 hours long. I can deal with that. I'm good with that. But anything more than like 10 or 12 hours, I'm not a happy person. I'm actually very, very grumpy because I get tired of being in the car. And I'm kind of like the little kid in the car that's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? So yeah, it's pretty rough. My husband's, he likes to drive at night because then that's like two things, right? One, we have less traffic. Two, I'm usually asleep. He doesn't have to hear me complain about being in the car because I'll be sleeping. So, all right, so we got all of our little components made for this. So now we can just start hooking everything together. And I'm just gonna start here. Let's grab our little white one, hook our little mini drop in there. There we go. So as I kind of reopened everything again, and I was, dumped stuff out and touched it and moved it around, and I feel like I should have given myself more time to like really examine the box. It's not a straightforward box. It's fun and exciting and challenging at the same time, which I can appreciate. I really do like the whole challenge of like, what is this? How do I use this? And I was checking out other people's tutorials too, because one, I love watching other people create. And two, I was trying to see how different people were using different things. And all I have to say is like, everyone is so creative, and just watching, people like come up with different ways of doing things. It just really, I don't know, I love it. And it's very inspiring for me too. So I will watch what other people make and see if it's anything that I can do something similar, or I'm like, oh, I didn't know that's how you use that. And now, and then I'm like, oh, okay, now I can use it that way. I understand now. And, it's just, I'm not a pro. I'm still I still consider myself a newbie, but I'm not afraid to try things. So I think that's in my corner. All right, so let's get this on here. And then ta-da, we have one pair of earrings done. Make sure it's hanging right. Nope, it's hanging right. Okay, so there's one whole pair of earrings. All right, so the next one I thought would be kind of a neat idea, kind of mimicking like the flower look, right? So I used some of the soft flex beading wire in that fluorite color, but you can use any other beading wire that you have. You can use silver tone, gold tone, copper, whatever you want. It's all up to you. And if you don't get this box, you can do this with other different beads that you have. So it uses some crimp beads to like make it spaced out right. And we're going to go ahead and just put that down so we can kind of look at that. All right, so I just cut a couple different lengths. I have a 4.5 inch length of wire and a 3.5 inch length of wire, and we don't end up using it all, I can tell you that much. And I started from the bottom. So let's grab the things that we need for the bottom. We need a couple little crimp beads, and I'm using some tiny crimp beads because I don't need, I think they're still like, it might be a number 1, but I think they're still number 2 because the size of the hole. But when I say tiny crimp beads, I just mean that they're like really like fine, really. So they don't take up a lot of real estate, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. All right, so then we're gonna string on our little pearl beads. And I have it to where I do want to kind of keep them the same. And I did not measure that tiny little chunk because I didn't think it'd be that important because I can just move my thumb up. So here's the first one. And we're just gonna flatten that crimp bead down. Just flatten it, that's all you need to do. And that's why we want the smaller ones, because they're not as cumbersome, I guess. Okay, so then the next one, let me get my measurement here because I measured it, but then I forgot. So the next one, the crimp is going to be from the bottom 1.5 inches. So let me just leave this right here. We'll drop this crimp bead on here. Yeah, there. All right, and then let's measure out 1.5 inches. So I want my crimp bead to be right about there. Okay, so this is where I want my crimp bead. So let's squish it down. Just like that. And then we need our little green guy here. And we're just going to string him right on. If I can get it in the little hole. There we go. Okay, and then he's just going to set really nice down on that crimp bead, just like that. So then when I hold these two next to each other, they should be very close to the same length as far as where the bead is and everything. And they are. They look good. All right, so if it's off by a tiny little bit, it's not going to be noticeable, especially when you have 2 pieces hanging there. All right, so we have that one. That one's done. Now let's go on to the next one, which is little, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. And I do remember measuring, both sides are the same, but we're gonna measure it again just to make sure that I didn't mess something up. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It just like flung out of my hand. Okay, crimp beads usually aren't this hard to put on. I don't know why this one's being so difficult. But I'm making it go. There we go. All right, so now let's just double check where we have our crimp bead on there. So right there, take my pliers and we're just gonna, crimp it down. Just flatten it out. Squish it like a pancake. There we go. Make sure that one stayed. That one was acting funny. Okay. All right, so then the next one, let's go ahead and measure where we have the top of that, because I think it's still 1.5 inches, but I just want to be sure. Yeah, it's still about 1.5 inches. All right, so let's do that again. So right about there. All right. Wonderful. Good. All right, now we have that one on, and we can put our other bead on. So the next thing we want to do is we want to see where we're going to want to like cut this, right? Because I'm going to end up cutting some of it off, but we're going to put a crimp on it. So I'm just going to hold these by each other and just kind of see. Okay, so they're even in my hand, as you can see. And I'm gonna want the crimp bead to be right about, that seems very high. Hold on, hold on. Oh, you know what, maybe I trimmed off a little bit of the bottom. As long as like the top pieces are the same, that's what's gonna matter. Okay, so it looks like right about here is where I'm gonna want my crimp bead to end up. So I'm gonna put on my little clamshell connector first. And then I'm gonna put my crimp bead on. It's gotta go over both of these strands. I don't have it over both. There it goes. All right, and I'm just gonna back my thumb up just a tiny bit so I can get that crimp in there. And we're just gonna squish that down. Okay, now that I got started, now I can move that and really get a good squish on it. All right, so there we go. They're gonna be about the same length. If I need to trim off some of the little bottoms, I definitely can. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim off the top, leaving us just a little bit of beading wire right there. And then we can pull that up, see how we want it to hang. Okay, yep, just like that. So we're in a good spot here. Oops. And then we're just gonna gently close that and just make sure it's closed all the way. Grab our ear wire. Oh, we still have one little baby crimp in there. And hang our crimp wire on. And now let's take a look at these together. Okay, that looks really good. But I think off this one, I'm just gonna trim off a little bit off the bottoms just to kind of even it out a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Oh, see, that was a bad crimp, you guys. Pull that one off. I'm so glad that happened right now. I kind of felt like that one wasn't going on right. All right, let's try that crimp again. So it's right about here. There we go, that's better. All right, so we could trim that off just a little. And there we go. Now we have our cute little dangly earrings that look like looks like some kind of like little plant. It looks really cute. So that one's done. Those are adorable. All right, we're going to just set those aside for right now because we will try them on after we're all done here. And now this is everything I have left from this bead mix. Look, there's another crimp. That's crazy. All right, so we have a couple of these, which I don't know if I'm going to incorporate one of those into the bracelet or not, as far as like a dangle or something. But we have, this is what I'm like absolutely infatuated with, these links. So we have some of these links, and I don't know how many I'm going to end up using, but they're really pretty, and I do really want to use them. And I thought about doing like bead in between them, just like so. because that would take up like half the bracelet basically, or just use the 2 gold ones in between and these 2 lighter color on the outside. Actually, I think I almost would rather, let's do these. Yeah, because then we can use our beads and make some links. So we might end up having two of these left and those 2 left. I haven't decided on all that yet. And if we do, maybe we can whip up one more quick pair of earrings. All right, so my plan is to go ahead and link these together. And we're gonna do that, excuse me, using eye pins. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 eye pins. So we'll just pull those out, set all these aside for now. And let's go ahead and start making our links. So the one thing I want to be kind of careful of is I want my links to be opposite of each other. So if this one's facing this way, I want this side to be facing this way. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to try to do. So in order to do that, I need to bend it to the side this way. Because then when I make my loop, I had to look at it for a second. My loop will be going the opposite direction because the way these links are made, there's like a little hole here and then there's a little link down here at the bottom, a little hole. So I think it'll just make it lay better. I was going to try to cut with those. I think it'll just make it lay better if I do it this way. So this is a test, okay? We're testing this theory out. See if I can make it work. All right, so let's just do one thing at a time here. Let's go ahead and get this one on. And you know, I may not even need the links for at the end. So let's just try it right here in the middle. So we have this one going this way. Let me just close that up. And then we would have this one, which would be hooked underneath. Let me see if that works. We're testing out this theory, you guys. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, that works really nice. See, one is like right here and then one is underneath. So then that's what you're gonna wanna do. If you have these, that's exactly what you're gonna wanna do. So let's go ahead and do another bead. Okay, so it's facing this way. So I want to actually bend my wire this way. Okay, so and I think what we're going to do is an asymmetrical bracelet. Surprise, surprise, because you know I love my asymmetrical bracelets and necklaces and everything else. All right, so then let's go ahead and link this little guy on here. Sometimes I wish my fingers were tinier so they could fit in these little teeny tiny spots. So much easier. There we go. I just want to make sure all my links are facing the right direction because I don't want to have one upside down. There we go. All right, so there's our little 3 links. So I think that we will just save a couple of these. So we may end up, you know, maybe finding something cute for these later, like part of a necklace or even like another pair of earrings or something. but let's just go this route. So we have this, and then I definitely think I want to use more of this green wire, but I also, I need to go grab a clasp because I forgot that. So I'll be right back. Okay, I found the perfect one. Look, it's a little flower design. That's perfect. We're going to use that. All right, so I want to use this bead stringing wire, and we're going to go ahead and cut some of this off. And I'm still just going to kind of measure out my wrist because I want that extra to try to, you know, make sure I get it looped in right and all that good stuff. So I'm just putting it around my wrist to give myself a measurement, and I'm going to cut it off right here. All right, so now this would cause a problem if I put one of these on this end. I don't want to do that. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to use, I'm thinking I want to use maybe, no, let's leave the big chunky ones for over there. Let's maybe do a couple little of these guys just by themselves, like make a little link so we can put our one end on, okay? Because we're going to use stringing wire on the other side of it. So let's just make a couple more simple loops here. And these, you can do it the same way, or it doesn't really matter because you're going to use whichever side to grab onto that, and then they're just going to hang on to each other. And we're going to probably use a jump ring to connect the last one to our toggle, but then again, we may not. Okay, so here we go. And then we can go ahead and open that one up, and we're just going to connect them right on to this little connector, just like that. I feel like I'm getting my groove back, you guys. There we go. It's wanting to do something crazy on me. Let's make one more. Okay, there we go. And we can put him right on here. There, like that. Flip him around. Don't be stubborn. I was like, how in the world did I do that? Okay, there we go. Jeez. All right. And so we actually could go ahead and put our, I think we can put him right on here because he'll fit through there pretty easily. So let's do that. I'm going to put this toggle right here. And now we have half of our bracelet built. It's going to be really cute. I realize that this is a different shade gold, but I'm honestly okay with it. And I think it won't look bad. All right, so let me find my gold crimp tubes because we're going to need a couple. And now I'm using the bead-along ones because these are actually going to be holding a bracelet together, not just holding one bead up. So let's go ahead and string this through here. Oh, put our crimp bead on first, string this through here. And I'm not using a wire guardian today. I'm just stringing it right on because I really want this green to show. It's part of it. And it doesn't really, you don't really see much of it if you're using a wire guardian. I kind of wish they had like clear wire guardians. I wonder if that's even a thing. All right. And let's go ahead and crimp our crimp tube down. So I'm at the point now where I'm going to ask you guys, if you've been to like Key Largo and the surrounding areas, what recommendations do you have for restaurants, scenic places, stuff like that? I mean, because we have some ideas of what we're going to do, but you know, there could be some downtime where we'd have time to do some other stuff besides what we have planned. So that's what I'm curious about. If you guys have any good recommendations. I know I asked you guys once a long time ago, but honestly, I don't even remember what video that was on now to go back to those recommendations. All right, and so let's start here with this little pearl. And then let's do a couple of these gold daisy spacers. And let's use that other pearl. There we go. Then I want to use this bicone, this big giant bicone. And keeping in mind like how much room I actually really do have here. So then next I want to use one of these really pretty crystal beads with the little flat sides. I think they're really, really pretty. And then let's use a couple more of these daisy spacers. Let's see how much room we have. Oh, we got plenty. So I'm going to do another one of these. Still plenty of room. All right. And then let's go ahead and do this little rondelle. Do a daisy spacer. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do 2 rondelles. 2 of these daisy spacers. And then 2 rondelles. There we go. And let's see where we're at. Yep, I think we're ready to end it. So good deal. So let's go ahead and grab our crimp tube. And we're going to just toss that right down there at the end. Put on our toggle. And let's just run this through a couple beads. Just a couple. Just like that. And let's pull that down so that it's snuggish. And then while we're holding that, let's go ahead and crimp this down. There we go. Then we can trim off our strand, our tail. And here is our bracelet. Little asymmetrical, come on, get in there. There we go. A little asymmetrical flower bracelet. And I think that turned out really cute. I love it. And I don't think we need any dangles, but look, we have a few beads left. Let's put them right back in here, and a couple links, and these really cute little charms. And we are done. Can you believe it? This went so much smoother. Oh my goodness. So for those of you who had to sit through all that, I am so sorry. And I love you for it. Don't forget, I absolutely love you for it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around. We're gonna try on our stuff. As a matter of fact, I can put the bracelet on right now so you can see it. Okay, there we go. There. My goodness. I feel like I just fumble with clasps no matter what they are. Toggle, lobster. About the only ones I don't fumble with are magnetic. Well, no, that's not true, because the magnetic ones just get caught on like chain and like when I'm trying just to do them up. There we go. Okay, so here it is. It's a little snug, but that's okay. So here's the one side. And then if I turn it, there's all my little links and it's really cute. So I think this turned out really good. Matter of fact, this one is upside down. I almost feel like maybe I should put jump rings on in between. No, it's fine now. It's laying fine. Okay, so there's our bracelet, and I'm going to turn you around and we'll try on our earrings. I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and reconfigured my hair so I didn't have all this stuff like falling down over my ears so you guys couldn't see what I had going on. And I took off all my other jewelry just so that nothing would distract. So there's the first pair of earrings, those little ones on the beading wire, and they're very light. Like I feel like I'm hardly wearing anything at all on my ears. And I just kind of like how they're just kind of flowy. And you know, you just kind of shake your head and they just kind of move with you. So those are really cute. I like the way those turned out. And then let's try these on. I want to have them facing, the curve like facing my face. That's the other thing I have to say too, is they've really thought about like placement possibilities when they think about these kind of chandeliers, because there's all too often you get them pointing the exact same way and they're only done on one side. So you know, it's hard to do them as earrings unless they're the exact same shape, like all the way around, you know what I mean? So these are really cute. Oh my goodness. Those are fun, and they're just kind of like framing my face. Okay, I like these. All right, so awesome. We still have a few things left in here that we can put back in my box, and I'm sure we'll use it on something else. But we got 2 pairs of earrings and a lovely little bracelet out of that little teeny tiny packed full of goodness mini mix. And we did use Tender Blooms is what we use. All right, and just so you guys know, if you want to sign up for Jesse James Beads and start getting a subscription, I do have a promo code that you can use to get $10 off your subscription, and it's Jody10. So if you go follow the link below, put in Jody10 at checkout, whatever you choose for your subscription, whether it be, you know, prepaid for a year or a month to month, you're going to save $10 on your subscription. So join in the fun, and I mean, you get some really cool looking unique items in these boxes. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys, and I'm sure that you'll see my face tomorrow and maybe even Friday, my Thursday and my Friday. I'm not sure when you guys will be watching it, but I'm trying to get a few more videos up, and when I get back it'll be down to business. And I'm going to be making my first kit to show you guys. So we have good things coming up, but I can't even like go there right now, not before vacation. So much love to you all, and I will talk to you again real soon. Have a great night.